watching KWQC TV, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, JC's of the Quad Cities is gearing up for its 40th annual Wedding Expo this weekend, with more than 100 vendors taking part.
And follow along as I travel to one of the newer restaurants in Knoxville, Illinois, offering carnival food favorites nearly every day of the week.
Plus, empowering women to achieve economic independence. Dress for Success is here today to tell us more about its first Fab Friday event of 2025. It's Wednesday, January 22nd, and you're watching Quad Cities Live. Thanks for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
I'm Kyle Keel. We have a lot of fun local events to tell you all about today, but we're going to start with plans for an overseas trip with the Putnam Museum. This is going to be a fantastic conversation. Yeah. Nora Moriarty is the assistant curator at the museum, and Linda Meadors is joining us from Blue Horizon Travel. Ladies, thank you both for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, so Nora, I know you're really excited about this upcoming trip because you specialize in Greek history, so we're taking a trip to Greece a little bit later this year.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm just so excited for this trip, and as you know, last year the Putnam Museum took a group of travelers, me included, to Egypt.
Oh yeah.
And that trip was just such a wonderful experience, and the whole thing was just structured so well, pre-trip and during the trip and even post-trip, that we wanted to continue that success. And so this year the Putnam is going to Greece and the Greek Isles.
That is so exciting.
Beautiful part of this world.
Yeah, very cool. So this is in the early fall. It's September, end of September through early October.
That's right.
So roughly how many people typically take part in these trips? I know it's kind of the second go around.
Well, Linda's actually taken a group to Greece recently.
That's right. I in 2024, I also took about 32 people, and it was really the perfect amount, and we followed a very similar itinerary, so I could take a look at all the hotels, hand select the authority and the educational authority that we're going to be working with, in Greece. So I've taken it for a test run, and it's going to be great.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a success. So talk about some of the highlights that people can anticipate on this trip. I mean, yeah, these photos are incredible.
Well, the way we've staged this is the first 6 months right here in the Quad Cities, we have access to Nora, of course, and she's going to be doing lectures, and the museum is open to people, and we'll have some recommended reading and such, and that's a time for these 30-some people to meet each other and socialize and learn, and so that they are more prepared, and that's one of the most important things, especially going to this destination. Then we're flying over, and our first 5 days are actually in the Peloponnese. Just our 30 people. This is a custom educational tour where we are going to see a number of the most famous museums. And Nora, why don't you share some of the things that in the Peloponnese that
what are you so excited about?
Well, I am excited to see Mycenae, which is a Bronze Age citadel site. I have had the privilege of going to Greece before. I actually was able to excavate in Greece as a young archaeologist. But it's been a while since I've been back, so I'm excited to see Mycenae again. But you know what? There's some stops on this trip which I never had a chance to see before. So in the Peloponnese, I would say I'm very excited to see Olympia. We're actually going to Olympia, the home of the original Olympic Games.
Wow.
So we're very excited for that.
That is super cool. And then, of course, there's a cruise that is a part of this trip.
Yes, a 7-day cruise, and we're using a Greek-owned cruise line, and this will be the 3rd time I've taken groups using this cruise line because I do such an excellent job. It's called Celestial, and the maximum amount of people on the ship is 1,200. Now you compare that to some of the huge liners that are holding 5,000, and it doesn't compare.
Well, it's much more intimate that way, and I feel like you feel like you're closer to some of these places and spaces.
Right.
Yeah.
And each day we're at a different port.
Wow.
And we decided for the first 2 days that we would have our own custom tour. So right out of the bat, so to speak, we're going to be at Thessaloniki. Now that's the land of Alexander the Great.
Wow.
And we're going to actually see the tomb of his father, Philip II, and no tomb robbers ever upset this. So the amount of gold and treasures and his armor, there's just so much.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's so much to do. And obviously, you want to make sure that you're going to some of these learning sessions ahead of time because there's so much history. And if you have an interest in Greece, you'll love this trip. So, Linda, what does the cost of this trip include?
Well, we decided to include everything.
Awesome.
From leaving from the Putnam driveway, taking people to O'Hare, the airfare, the entire tour, the cruise, and then we have three, basically we've divided it by the type of cabins you want on the ship.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So the least expensive is $54.99 per person, and then even the most expensive to be on the top deck and have a balcony as such, it's still only $59.49.
Okay.
That includes your air.
That's everything,
and
a
all
lot of
your
meals,
and all your
Awesome.
meals for sure on the ship as well. Now the only thing that people will need is to get trip protection insurance.
Sure.
That's a very important thing. And then some optional tours that they may want to do. Go to a cooking school, go to the beach,
fun.
wine tasting, things that are the fun. Well, they're all interesting, but
but the things that you're
those
looking
are
forward
optional.
to, if this
The
is the only
extracurriculars.
time you're going to Greece,
Yeah.
right?
That's
yeah,
right.
you want to be able to do some of those things as well. And speaking of those learning sessions, Nora, so this is an opportunity not only for people to get to know each other, but they're going to get excited about the history that they're going to be seeing in person in Greece. You brought some items with you here today, and I've been excited to get to this.
Yes.
These are actual artifacts that you brought.
That's right. So these are actual artifacts from Greece. These are ancient Greek items you're looking at right here, and both of them are about 2,600 years old.
Wow.
We're talking about 600 BC here.
Kyle's going for the
So
white
you got to have the
Gloves
white
on.
gloves.
Yes.
All right, now if you watched the show for a while, you know that I'm notorious for breaking things. So I'm just going to touch it, but I mean this is important that you don't damage these artifacts because I mean once they're gone, they're gone.
Well, absolutely. And part of the Putnam, having our collection at the Putnam is stewardship, and so that, is protecting artifacts like this so that we can educate future generations about history. I mean, whether it's contemporary history or ancient history like these. And these are both great representations of the type of ceramic artifacts that come out of Greece. Probably when you think of ancient Greek artifacts, you're thinking of vases.
Yeah.
That's what we're used to seeing, especially if you took an art history class in your life. And the two that I brought with us today, the small pot, it's an oil flask or perfume flask, and it's actually from Corinth in Greece.
And you'll be going there.
That's our first stop when we arrive in Greece. And
exciting.
You might know Corinth because of the canal. There is a very, very historical canal in Corinth, but it was also the happening place in ancient Greece. And the pottery that they put out from Corinth was highly desirable to ancient Greeks.
Yeah, this sounds really special and really, really fun. And I wanted to go over some of those meetings too, because I know that there's probably a lot of people watching right now that are going, man, I really think that I would want to sign up for this.
Yeah.
So coming up in March, I believe, is the first one, and that's kind of an introductory meeting, Introduction to Greek History and Art. You'll get to see some of the artifacts like the ones that you brought here today, which is going to get a lot of people excited. May, you're going to have a guest lecturer come in, Professor of Classics at Augie. Then you're going to talk more about the Greek Isles, which of course everybody that's going on this trip, that's what you're going to see on this cruise, which is super exciting. And then September, right, that's right before the trip. You guys leave on the 29th, I believe. So mid-September, you're going to do final details and get everybody ready to go. Of course, at that point,
Lots of excitement.
you're going to have your group all set. Yeah, that is super exciting.
And Nora, you're showing 2 Greek-themed movies on the giant screen next month, right?
Right, that's right. In February on our Thursday nights. So for anyone who doesn't know, Putnam is open late on Thursdays now until 8 p.m. And we're showing movies on those nights. And so to get everyone in the mood for traveling to Greece, we're showing My Life in Ruins on February 6th. And we're showing Mamma Mia on February 13th.
Good one.
That is a favorite for sure.
It's right before Valentine's Day, so maybe a Galentine's Day event.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
That's
well,
great.
gosh, we could just go on forever and ever.
I really could.
About this trip to Greece. So if you want to learn more about the trip to Greece this fall or download a registration form, you can visit the website on your screen. That's putnam.org/Greece-2025. Nora and Linda, thank you so much. Sounds like this is going to be a great trip, and hopefully Quad Cityans take advantage.
I hope they do, because this is a one-time opportunity with these 4 components, you know, the education, the socialization, the private education in country, and then this glorious cruise.
Yeah, it's really, it's so exciting. I'm
is.
excited to talk to you more as you guys continue to plan and get the group together, and then of course after.
We got to do a follow-up.
Got to do a follow-up and see all the photos.
Those pics, yeah.
Yes, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Still to come on Quad Cities Live, wedding bells are ringing for this weekend's 40th annual JC's Wedding Expo at the River Center in downtown Davenport. We're getting all the details next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
The JC's Wedding Expo is set for this Saturday, marking 40 years here in the Quad Cities. It also happens to be the largest not-for-profit volunteer-run wedding expo in the state of Iowa. Joining us from JC's of the Quad Cities is Kimberlyn Richardson. Kimberlyn, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, congratulations. I mean, your organization doing this for 40 years is amazing.
Yes.
That is a lot of work. Again, 100% volunteer run. So just talk a little bit about what it takes and the kind of group that it takes to make sure that this happens every year.
Yes, so JC's is awesome. I've been a part of it for about 6 years personally myself, and it's so fun to see, you know, a little bit of a younger demographic and people from all different careers, you know, lawyers, people in IT, people in, you know, media and advertising, but we all come together and we do so many fun things, including the Bridal Expo. Personally, one of my favorite things as we do every year is we do Santa shopping. So we'll shop for families in need, children in need and stuff, but the organization is just so great and we're all so passionate about each event that we do. So we're super excited for this one. This is one of our largest events that we do, and so it takes so much work and so much time and many meetings to get it to be here. So we're so excited for that.
Yeah, that is great, and I'm glad you kind of alluded to one of the other events that you put on, which with the Santa shopping.
Yes, so fun.
That's kind of what JC's is all about. I mean, for folks that have never participated in or heard of it, you know, this organization is just all about folks here in the community that want to give back to the community.
Yeah, we love to give back. All the proceeds from this Wedding Expo is going to go back into the community, whether it's for that Santa or we do like a river cleanup. So it's all going back into the community, which we love.
That's great. Wonderful. Okay, so let's get to the details of the event. As we mentioned, it is Saturday, January 25th. This Saturday, it's at the River Center in downtown Davenport, which is one of a few really perfect spots that we have here in the Quad Cities, where there is just a ton of space. Obviously, you guys need it. So tell us a little bit about the vendors. I mean, there are a lot of them showing up.
There is over 100 vendors. When we first started, we had only about 10, 40 years ago. So it's grown so much. Each year it grows a little bit more and more. And what we love about it is each year we listen to the people that go to it. You know, what do you want to see? What would you have want to seen? So each year we, you know, maybe get more of those certain vendors and, you know, really listen to what our couples, our brides, our families want to see and hear and do. And it's just a fun day for everybody.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of those vendors, okay, so let's talk about a few of them, because unless you've gotten married recently, recently or you're planning a wedding right now, I mean, that industry, that changes, you know, all the time. There are always like new cool things. I mean, obviously you've got your staples, which are your dress, your venue, which we have a lot of really great venues here in the Quad Cities, but who else can we expect to see and talk to if we're planning on coming on Saturday?
So you'll see photographers, you'll see cake people, desserts, bakeries, which is super important. You usually have free samples, which is nice.
Yes, we love that.
You'll see caterers, you'll see florists, you'll see designers, which is really nice to see, you know, what they can put forth for your wedding. It's also really nice to get to meet the vendors face to face, make that contact with them.
Yeah, and that was actually going to be one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. I mean, so much is available right now online. I mean, we have, you know, couples that are planning their entire wedding via ideas from, you know, Pinterest. So this is an opportunity to see in person what maybe a decor item looks like, something that you've been thinking of, or maybe something that you haven't thought of yet. What would you say is really the benefit to going to an in-person expo as opposed to just kind of doing everything online or over the phone?
I think, like you said, it's seeing, you know, what the newest trend is, maybe what that vendor is featuring, maybe it's a special, maybe it's a promotional item, but seeing that live in person, that product, whether maybe it's a photo booth or, you know, a different table option. And still, like I said, you get to meet those people in person. Do you vibe with them? Are they going to work for your wedding? So it's super cool to just kind of meet them face to face, get their vibe, and see if that's going to work for your wedding.
Absolutely. And this also, I'd like to bring up, it's not just for brides-to-be. Anybody can purchase tickets and you know, attend this event. It's a really cool place to just get new ideas and creativity. So no matter what kind of couple you are, maybe you're not even engaged yet, but this is something, you know, anybody can go to this.
We've had so many people that have not even been engaged yet, and they're just wanting ideas. Maybe they're coming for their sister, or they're the maid of honor, and a lot of people make it a fun day. You know, grab your family and just go and see what's out there, you know, for your family or whoever's maybe going to get married.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is a ticketed event, correct?
Yes. Yep. Okay. So you can get tickets online beforehand, $10, or you can get them at the door. They're $15. So either way, we want to see you there.
And again, the proceeds going right back into the community. One thing I thought was really cool, because you guys have a great Facebook page, JC's of the Quad Cities. They put some tips. So tips for attending the expo, and you can find them on their Facebook page. Go in there with a plan. So whether you're getting married in a year, 2 years, or 2 months, make sure that you kind of know what you're there for. Collect information from everybody. Ask questions. That's essentially why this event was created in the first place.
Don't be afraid of the vendors. They're there to talk with you. They're excited to talk with you.
They want to talk with you.
But yeah, definitely having those questions, your plan, because you can go in there and there's so many. You can be like, whoa.
It's like grocery shopping without a grocery list, right? And bring your support system. So if you want to bring a friend or mom or a sister or whatever, and then know your budget.
Yes, that's very important.
That is huge.
It's very important to kind of know where you're at with everything.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Okay, so here's the information for everybody. The JC's Wedding Expo, Saturday, January 25th at the River Center in downtown Davenport. It runs from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So there's a morning session. They take a little half-hour break, and then there's an afternoon session. Again, you can buy your tickets online for $10. They are $15 at the door. To purchase yours ahead of time, visit jcexpo.com. Kimberlyn, thank you so much. A wealth of knowledge.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Still to come on QCL, Mint Aesthetics and Wellness is here with a closer look at the variety of treatments available, from facials and fillers to hormone therapy and weight loss management. We'll learn more next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Embrace the skin you're in with a little help from Mint Aesthetics and Wellness in Bettendorf. This new medical spa offers everything from facial treatments to weight loss management, even hormone therapy. Lori Caruso is an esthetician and manager at Mint, and she is joining us here today. Lori, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to talking with you. I mean, this is a new medical spa in the area. A lot of people, of course, are curious and want to know everything that you guys have to offer. give us a little bit of background on the space and when you guys first opened up.
Well, we just opened up right before the end of the year.
Wonderful.
So we're new to the Betplex whole area and everything, but we're focusing in on more of a wellness from the inside out, Morgan, because so many things play a part in our hormones: weight loss, sleep, energy, cognitive, therapy. Everything is playing down to hormones. I remember reading in a book, and it said, your body is a symphony and the hormones are the instruments.
Okay.
And if one is out of tune, the entire
Nothing's
performance
gonna sound good.
is affected. Exactly, or feel good.
Okay, great. I'm excited to get into that. I love that approach, and I think that is something that we are seeing more and more, especially women. I think people are learning more about that and how that impacts you. So I'm excited to get into that. But before we do, let's go over just the variety of offerings that you have at the medical spa. So you're going to find the things that you can also find elsewhere. Of course, you've got the Botox, you've got the fillers and the facials. What else do you guys offer there?
We do Rejuvapen microneedling, which is a little bit different than its counterpart Skin Pen in the fact that it uses, it pulses down into the skin in more an exact rather than dragging across the skin, so less tearing, less room for error in the skin, and we can get a little more concise with that. And we do chemical peels, we do dermaplaning, we do all of those things. Yes.
Wonderful. And when you talk about the microneedling, so when you see a menu of things that you can do, what benefit does that have for people?
It depends on what their concern is.
Okay.
Generally speaking, I like to start off with something like a Diamond Glow, which does nice exfoliation, hydration, revamps everything. Get them on a skincare program that's going to start really addressing their exact concerns, and then go in with a program that's going to launch in to do more proactive, like the chemical peels, the microneedling, etc.
Wonderful. And yeah, we're seeing a facial happening by you, I believe, on the screen right now, and it looks delightful.
Yeah.
Very cool. You also do cool sculpting, which I believe we've talked about on this show before, and cool tone, which is kind of a newer thing, I think, offered in our area. So talk about those two treatments.
So cool tone is for muscle building.
Okay.
So it is the one that at 30 minutes on the machine is like doing thousands of reps of sit-ups. So it's a nice way to restructure if you want to redefine and contour. So the cool sculpting will do the fat melting and destroying of the fat cells, and then the cool tone comes in and reinforces that with the toning and the shaping.
All right,
it's a
very
great one too.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys do B12 and injectable vitamin therapy as well. Injectable vitamin therapy is something that we are hearing more and more about. This is, really just to get people where they need to be, whether it's hydration or immunity, things like that, correct?
Right, absolutely. Just a quick energy boost, and because being out in the Betplex with people who are involved with the golfing and all of the athletics and everything, it's just a nice way. Pickleball.
Yes.
All you pickleballers out there. But yeah, it's a nice way to just reinforce and get your, get a goal on.
I love that. Okay, so let's go back to your focus for us today, which is super exciting, which is how to see signs of hormone imbalance on your face and options to correct them, of course. So one thing is dryness. That is something that we need to be on the lookout for.
Especially this time of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and everyone has it. Even some people have chronic dry skin, but definitely now this time of the year. So, and oddly enough, many times the road leads back to the hormones, which is driving it. But simple tips that we can all do for dryness is just like when we're layering clothing to get outside, the layering principle holds true as well with that. So we're going to put something light, medium, and heavy. So we're going to do those hydrations, the emollients, and then the occlusives on. So a hyaluronic serum, a ceramide, which holds and retains and keeps that moisture barrier intact for your skin, and then an occlusive that would be a heavier cream, heavier moisturizer.
Interesting.
Yeah, or something. Like, remember when slugging was so big and people were getting into that? It was like, I'm slathering Vaseline all over my skin.
Yes.
Well, great, and it was a temporary yay for your skin, but you didn't introduce the moisture properly into the skin, so
it's not really doing its full job. Okay.
Exactly.
Other things to look out for: redness and other pigmentation. So those are two things that could lead all back to hormones.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Okay,
yes.
well, you brought some examples and we're showing them on the screen right now. So if this is something that you're watching us and that you're dealing with, you know, that should tip you off that maybe you can get some professional advice. An estrogen deficiency syndrome. So that's another one. And that really, that comes into your hormone therapy that you guys pursue there.
Correct.
Okay.
So many roads lead back to that. So you're looking at that and you're going, why do I have lines? Many times over the years I've heard people say, oh, why am I getting these lines over my top lip? I've never been a smoker. I didn't play the trumpet, you know, whatever is going on here. And it's a sign of estrogen deficiency.
Okay.
Also with the brow, which is why I chose that photo, many times we lose the tail of our eyebrow.
Yeah.
And that our thyroid hormone is on the teeter-totter. So it's the first place to look for something like that. So we just think, oh, we're just getting old and falling apart. But if we restore the balance in our hormones, we can see a lot more in the mirror and just feeling it as well.
Wonderful. Okay, and so for people to find out about this, if they have an imbalance, if they want to, you know, correct an imbalance, what should they do? Can they do a consultation with you folks?
Yes.
Okay.
And we are offering, thank you for mentioning that, Morgan, we're offering complimentary consultations.
Wonderful.
So we kind of explain a whole process to them, find their comfort level, find their needs, and then we go on and start doing some blood tests and go from there.
Wow, that is, yes, a well-rounded, wellness effort right there. And you can also do $50 off a treatment right now, I believe, a treatment of $200 or more.
Yes.
Which is a really great deal. So, wow, thank you so much. Mint, you see the building on your screen right now. It's located by TBK there in Bettendorf. We've got the address and the phone number. If you want to learn more about the variety of services that we covered today, you can just scan the QR code or visit mintquadcities.com. Lori, thank you so much and congratulations to the whole staff over there.
Thank you.
On Mint. Yes, absolutely. Still to come in our next half hour of QCL, from funnel cake to corn dogs, we get a behind the scenes look at a new restaurant in Knoxville, Illinois offering carnival food. And later, Dress for Success is back with details on the very first Fab Friday of the year, along with some other exciting events. But first, we are hoping to leave those dangerously cold temperatures behind for a while. Meteorologist Kyle Keel will join us with a look at your full forecast after the break.
And now your first alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Keel.
Well, it's been kind of a cloudy day out there today, but certainly a lot warmer. If you've spent maybe just a few minutes outside today, you'd certainly notice how warm it is compared to yesterday. Still temperatures in the 20s to near 30 degrees, but lots of clouds and even some snowflakes there on our Dubuque camera. We'll get a closer look, a bigger view here of this camera in Dubuque, showing the snowflakes flying around, but it looks like the main roads are going to be pretty much okay. So that's why we're holding off on a first alert day, because any of these snow showers that move through, some untreated surfaces could be a little bit slick, but certainly nothing like what they had on the Gulf Coast of the United States, the Atlantic coast of the United States. I mean, these are just mind-blowing numbers. 11.5 inches, reports of nearly a foot of snow there in the New Orleans area. Babby, Alabama, 11 inches. Lafayette, Louisiana, 10.5. Milton, Florida, in the Panhandle, 9.5 inches of snow. And to put this in comparison, at the Quad Cities, officially at the airport in Moline, 3.2 inches of snow for the entire season. Davenport, 4.7 inches. So yeah, you get the idea. Our weather pattern is a little bit flipped here as far as the snowfall goes. Still plenty cold around here, but we are still dealing with some snow in our neck of the woods, just nothing like what they saw yesterday in the southern United States. So we'll get a closer look here on First Alert Live Doppler radar. Just some light snow falling around Sterling Rock Falls, heading over toward Clinton, Thompson, Savannah, Chadwick, up towards Stockton and Galena, all seeing some light snow. Northern portions of Jackson County, you get north of Maquoketa. That's where we have some moderate snow, and we're also tracking a few bursts of snow here just to the west of Iowa City. These are going to continue to pivot their way off to the east and be in our forecast here as we head throughout the evening, as it's kind of rotating around a low pressure system here to the north. It's going to swing a cold front through here, and we're going to notice a brief cool down here as we head late tonight and into Thursday. So as far as temperatures right now, still holding on to the cold up to the north. We've got temperatures low 20s, but right around 30 here in the Quad Cities, some points off to the south. But with that wind pretty strong, 10 to 20 miles per hour, we've got temperatures that are feeling more like the teens. So quick track of the snow here this evening. It's going to continue to move off to the south and east, kind of wind down after midnight. Any snowfall accumulation should be generally around a dusting to maybe a couple of tenths of an inch. Not expecting too many impacts out of that. But over the next 24 hours, we're talking temperatures that are going to hold steady here tonight. Low temperatures temperatures down in the teens here as we head into tomorrow with wind chills below 0. High temperatures will only end up in the teens as well, but we do warm up here heading into the weekend with highs back to the 30s. Could hit 40 degrees early next week.
Still to come, what's on the menu at Carnival Delights? We get an up-close look at this new restaurant in Knoxville, Illinois that brings the carnival to town nearly every day of the week.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Welcome back to Quad Cities Live. It may be a little frigid outside, but we're thinking warm thoughts with carnival food as we made the trip down I-74 to check out one of the newest staples in Knoxville, Illinois, right off Main Street, Carnival Delights. Joining me now is one of the owners of Carnival Delights, Roy Collins. Roy, thanks for having us down here today.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
I mean, yeah, this place screams carnival right as you walk inside, and you and your wife, Jessica, created this. What was the idea to have a restaurant like this?
We thought about an ice cream shop in Knoxville. We thought Knoxville needed a good old-fashioned ice cream shop. Yeah. And when we started kicking the idea around, it was actually my wife, Jessica, who came up with, you know, let's add to this ice cream shop. Let's make it ice cream shop on steroids.
Yeah.
So she came up with the idea of the Twinkies, the deep fried Oreos, the funnel cakes. And when we started talking about the desserts, we started talking about these are carnival foods.
Yeah.
And then that's how Carnival Delights came about.
I mean, everyone loves a good fried food, and I mean, you have it all here. So what has the response from the Knoxville community been?
Yeah, we opened October 19th, and we had people waiting a city block,
Wow.
waiting to get in. So the response has been absolutely fantastic. We couldn't be happier with the community support for us.
You know, I was talking to your wife, Jessica, a little bit earlier, and I was asking her, I'm like, do you have people coming from far away? Because there's really nothing like this really around this area.
We do. Jessica's the face of the business, obviously. You know, I'm in the back cooking. So she gets to talk to everybody that comes in, and we've had people from the Quad Cities, you know, Davenport and Bettendorf. We've had people trying to petition us to come to the Mississippi Valley Fair.
There you go.
You know, Champaign, Danville, all over Illinois. So it's been fantastic that we've been a staple and a tourist attraction for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think this will be a big tourist attraction, especially in these colder months when people want their funnel cake, they want their big tenderloin, they want their elephant ear. So let's talk about the food, because obviously that's the start of the show. I mean, right when you walk in, you're greeted with carnival music on the outside, a very beautiful sign as well, but you're also greeted by the smells.
Yeah.
I mean, this is wonderful.
We're originally from Northern Illinois, so we know what a good Chicago-style hot dog and a good beef, you know, tastes like.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to bring some of that flair and pizzazz down here. And yeah, we do just about everything with the smash burger, the tenderloins, the grilled chicken, chicken on a stick. You got to have the carnival type food.
Yeah, of course. You got the fried onion rings.
The fried onion rings.
Oh, a good crunch to it as well. Mm.
Yeah, we think we've got a good variety. We toy with a lot of different ideas that we'll probably unveil in the spring. Deep fried pizzas.
Ooh. Deep fried pizza.
That type of thing. So.
All right. So obviously, you know, I think when a lot of people think carnival, they think funnel cakes.
Yeah.
And I mean, these funnel cakes are the types that you would get at a carnival. I mean, you don't just do the basic strawberries and cream. I mean, you have so many different flavors.
Yeah. Again, Jessica's the artist. I think she does 72 different funnel cakes.
72.
Yeah. Strawberry and cream. She does a cherry cheesecake, a blueberry lemonade. I mean, every combination that you could imagine, she does. Funnel cakes obviously have been a #1 seller for us.
I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong with a good funnel cake. You got the deep fried Oreos, deep fried candy bars. What are your hopes and dreams for Carnival Delights?
Yeah, we're hoping. You know, we've had people say, "Oh, you should, you know, move out here," and that's not our goal. You know, we want to establish ourselves here in Knoxville. We want to grow the business. We'd like to take the show on the road and do some of the festivals and events.
Sure.
And kind of get our name out there. But yeah, we're happy right here in our hometown.
I mean, every kid loves a carnival, so why not a carnival-themed birthday? You have that opportunity as well for kids to have their birthday party here.
Just before you and I came on the air, Jessica got a phone call. We rented another birthday party.
That's awesome.
Parties have been, obviously, we're a popular destination for things like that. We've got the arcade machines and the music and and the decor.
Yeah.
So it screams a birthday party. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And of course, you said that the whole idea for this to be born was ice cream, and every birthday party comes with ice cream as well.
Sure. And we do allow folks to bring in their birthday cakes. And we do a package deal here for whatever type of food that they want. But again, the response has been overwhelming from the community, and we couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I mean, this is an excellent place. Some of the customers have been talking about, raving about the food. So come on down to Carnival Delights here in Knoxville, Illinois. Roy and Jessica behind the scenes, thanks so much for inviting us down here today.
I appreciate you guys coming down. We're a short trip from the Quad Cities and Peoria. So
yeah, not too bad of a drive down or up 74.
Right.
That's for sure. All right, thanks, Roy.
Thanks, Ed.
Gosh, if only smell-o-vision was a thing here. It's 2025. Let's get on it. Carnival Delights is about an hour away as you drive south on I-74 from the Quad Cities. They're located at 234 East Main Street in Knoxville, Illinois. A nice little strip of businesses there. Their hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 7, Sunday from 11 to 6. They are closed on Mondays. If you'd like to book a birthday party or give them a call, we have the phone number on your screen. And you can also find Carnival Delights on Facebook. Just search Carnival Delights, Knoxville, Illinois.
All right, very cool. Still to come on QCL, empowering women at Dress for Success Quad Cities. The first Fab Friday event of the year is coming up next week. We'll show you what to expect after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Dress for Success is an organization that empowers women by providing affordable, professional clothing with the big price, without the big price tag.
There you go.
Not with it.
And the popular Fill the Bag initiative is back this year. Joining us from Dress for Success Quad Cities are Lynette Turner and Amanda Haggerty. Thank you both for being here today.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is such a fun topic.
Yeah.
And a lot of people may not know about it. It is a really cool thing, and we'll get into that in just a minute. But first, Lynette, talk a little bit about Dress for Success Quad Cities and just kind of your mission here in the community.
Sure. Our mission is to empower women to help them achieve financial independence on their own. And we do that through a varied myriad of ways, where we have our career connections, we have interview suitings, employment suitings, we have career coaching. So many ways to enable and empower women.
Absolutely. You're just getting them ready for just big opportunities.
Yeah, I want to talk a little more about the career development, because each and every week you actually hold a career development, kind of that training session you were talking about to get them ready for their careers.
Absolutely. Actually, last night we had our first Career Connections of the year, and we had 25 women.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
we filled 2 rooms, and we did vision boards. And just to see them, we had a fabulous facilitator, Rachel Pitchford, and she talked about having a word and putting your word in the middle and allowing that to encapsulate your board. And she talked about RSA, I can't remember what it stands for, but basically visualizing what you want, and that's how it comes to you.
Kind of manifesting it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's super cool. Okay, Amanda, Fab Fridays are back at Dress for Success for 2025. The first one is happening next Friday, January 31st. So tell us a little bit about this initiative. I think it's one of the coolest things ever, and that's really the reason why we have all of these clothing items up here right now. Yeah.
At Dress for Success, we take professional clothing donations and anything that doesn't quite make the cut into our boutique, we call it, which is where we dress women for interviews and other employment suitings. So anything that doesn't quite make the cut but is still very good quality, we put into our Fab sale area. And you can go online and buy, that's the VIP. This is the VIP bag, and that's the regular bag.
This is the regular bag that I have here.
The VIP bag, you can go in, it's at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
You go in 2 hours early, and you get the bigger bag, and it's $55, and that one's $35. And you can fill it with all these clothes. We have purses, we have jewelry, we have shoes, we have all kinds of stuff. In this bag, we fit all of this in there, and there was, how many? 18 items.
VIP.
With the
You
coat.
With the
whole
coat.
coat was in there.
For the VIP.
We
Yeah.
also
so-
have lots of wonderful volunteers that roll real tight, and they
Oh,
could
nice.
get even more
They
in
know
the
what
bag.
they're doing.
Yeah,
I love
they
that.
do. Yeah.
On the screen right there is kind of how everything works for anybody that
Yeah.
is curious. So the appointments, you make these appointments ahead of time. They fill up quite quickly. So I believe you can have a dozen individuals during one of those 50-minute long appointments,
Yep.
and they sign up for those appointment times, and they shop for those 50 minutes. And it's also encouraged that they purchase however many bags they think they're going to need
Yes.
ahead of time as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then what? You get to walk around and just
Fill a
pick your
bag.
items?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like the $35 bag right here. So if I have one of these, I'd be able to fit, how many did you say there was 12 items here?
12 items.
Yeah, and one of these items even has a price tag still on it for a sale price for $89.
Wow.
That's
So
amazing.
you're getting a big deal.
Yes.
That's 2 bags in and of itself. So.
That really
yeah.
is. And I think I was reading on your website something along the lines of, on average, a bag is like worth $350.
Yes.
Wow.
In clothing items. So this is like a really huge opportunity for folks. And I want to point out too, you have, so here's the information for Fill a Bag Friday, which we mentioned is next Friday. If you want to sign up for your appointment time, just head to the website there, dressforsuccessqc.org. Be sure and do that as early as possible because those appointments do fill up very quickly. I did want to point out though, you do have these beautiful mannequins that are set up here, and these kind of show off a little bit of what we can find all the time in the boutique, correct?
Absolutely.
So these are the type of clothing items that you are suiting women up for those interviews and for those, you know, those professional things.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you'll have people come in and they'll take the clothes right off the mannequin because they like them so much.
Oh
so,
yeah, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're winners. So in the meantime, you guys are always accepting clothing donations as well, correct?
We are.
Okay.
We are. Our official day is Tuesday, 11 to 7.
Okay.
But if people need special accommodations, they can call us and we'll fit them in during the week as well.
Okay, and right there on your screen is the graphic that you can find on their Facebook page or their website. It kind of shows you the different items that they're in need of right now, winter, sweaters, and things like that. One quick thing before we run out of time, too, there's a Galentine's event, a scarf tying workshop on Tuesday, February 11th. So is that something that folks need to sign up for ahead of time?
We have limited spots,
Okay.
but you can definitely sign up for it. It is complimentary, and you can leave out with a few scarves.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, once you know how to tie them.
Oh, that's awesome. What a really cool idea.
Yeah, well, if you want to learn more about these events or to learn more about the Dress for Success organization or to sign up for one of those appointments for Fab Friday, you can visit dressforsuccessqc.org. Lynette and Amanda, thank you both so much for being here, and hopefully a successful season for Fab Fridays.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you very much
much.
for all of this. We appreciate it, and thank you for watching.
Your local news at 4 is up next. I was distracted by dancing behind the camera.